It's okay to say no when you can't. It doesn't make you a bad person. So tell me in the comment section if this video was helpful, and if it was helpful for you, please like, share and comment. How to say no without guilt. Hey everyone, it's Quincy. Welcome back to Let's Talk with Quincy. So today we're going to talk about something I know a lot of us struggle with: saying no. Yeah. So guys, saying no can really be difficult, can be very hard sometimes. Guess what? It's okay to say no because it means you protecting your peace and happiness. If you're ready for this chat, then grab your drink. Let's talk about how to say no without feeling guilty on Let's Talk with Quincy. So, darlings, why saying no feels hard? Yes, I understand. Saying no means sometimes someone out there is going to get upset with you, because saying no might actually mean you being a bad person, you getting someone upset or somebody disappointed. So frankly, I used to feel that way too. Like I wasn't being a good daughter when I say no, or I'm not being a good wife when I say no, or I'm not being a good mother when I say no, or maybe a good friend or a good sibling, when I say no. But over time, I got to learn that saying no is actually okay. Let me tell you a story, guys. Years ago, I made a very, very bad decision. I couldn't say no when I had to say no. Instead, I said yes. A friend of mine asked me for help and I decided to help her. I was literally not buoyant to help her, so I lost my sleep, I lost my sanity, I lost my guard. I couldn't concentrate because she was going through a lot and I wanted to help her by every means necessary. I should have said no, but I didn't because I couldn't sleep, I couldn't do anything. So I decided to ask another friend of mine for something so I could use it to help her, which I did. And the agreement that was made between her and I wasn't kept. So she put me in a lot of trouble, and this got me so sick. I was so worried and I was having so much pressure from every angle, even when the other friend of mine was trying to be calm, but she needed it. And at the end of the day, I made a decision. I gave her that stuff. I should have just said no. If I had said no, I would have maintained my peace, respected myself. I didn't respect myself, because I was feeling guilty. I felt a lot of guilt saying no, so I decided to say yes when I was supposed to say no. So that's my story, guys. It cost me my mental health for years. That one decision I should have said no to, and I said yes. It was very difficult, but the truth is, immediately I could get help for her, I was so happy and I could sleep, and I felt so relaxed, I felt fulfilled. That few minutes I got a yes from a friend of mine to help another friend gave me peace. But I didn't know that this peace was just for a while. I didn't know that I was making the greatest mistake of my life, not saying yes. I didn't know that I was putting my mental health under pressure or under jeopardy. Yes, it was the wrongest decision ever not to say no. And I always feel guilt when I say no to people, even when I know I have to say no. That's why I made that decision to call another friend to help another friend, and it became sour, and it put my friendship in jeopardy, it put my health in jeopardy. So guys, learn to say no when you can't. Learn to say no to help yourself, to prioritize your mental health, and to put yourself in check. Self-care is very important, and that was what went down when I said yes instead of saying no. But see how happy I am here because I was able to help another friend through another friend, which I shouldn't have done. You know, these few minutes of happiness cost me years of sadness. And it doesn't make you a bad person when you say no. It's okay to say no. If you can't, you can't. So that doesn't make you a bad person. The power of saying no, guys. So saying no is actually about taking care of yourself. When you say yes to everything all the time, you literally don't have time to do the things that matters to you most. Your goals, taking care of your family, just relaxing or taking care of yourself. So guys, it is fine to say no. Say no actually protects your peace. You know, it makes you sane, you understand? Because literally when you say yes to everything and everyone, you get exhausted, you get weak, you get tired, you find yourself being there for everyone but not being there for yourself. So that is why it's actually okay to say no. For instance, if somebody comes to meet you, comes to you for something, you can just tell the person very politely. You can say, thanks for asking, but right now I really have to rest. There is no harm in saying that. You are not hurting that person. You're protecting your peace. You're protecting yourself. You're saving your energy. And guess what? It helps you to set healthy boundaries to protect yourself. It actually does more good than harm. It makes you think of yourself. It makes you prioritize yourself. How to say no without feeling guilty, guys? Is that really possible? Yes, guys, it's absolutely possible to say no without feeling guilty. Here are some kind ways to say no without feeling guilty. For example, thanks for asking. I can't at the moment. I'm sorry, I wish I can, but I need to focus on some other things. I'm so sorry, this isn't a good time for me. You know, politely. You can say this with a calm voice and look the person straight in the eye. This is to show that you respect yourself and you have respect for the person. You know, saying no doesn't have to be rude so you don't get to hurt the other person. Say no nicely and say no because you really can't, because you want to prioritize your own self. When saying yes weighs you, when saying yes makes you uncomfortable, when it means you losing your peace of mind or making you sad or making you tired, then don't say yes. Say no in a kind way, because if you can't help today, you can probably help tomorrow. If you can say yes today, you can say yes tomorrow. So prioritize your peace of mind, yourself first, before saying yes to others. Make sure it's comfortable for you and make sure it's okay for you. Let me give you a quick role play example. For instance, you ask your child, hey baby, can you help me clean the kitchen? And what does he or she say? Oh mom, I'm sorry, thanks for asking, can I do this in 10 minutes? It's not convenient at the moment. And you say, okay darling. This child, you can't be mad at this child because this child told you politely that she will need or he will need 10 minutes to get to it. So that's a polite way to answer somebody who needs something from you. So it's that simple. So you can put this in your everyday life. You see how it's going to help you. So my beautiful people, tell me, what's one thing you find very hard about saying no? Have you ever felt guilty after saying no to somebody? And now tell me one more thing, guys. What is one phrase you're going to use next time when you want to say no that you learned from this video? Saying no doesn't make you a bad person, actually. It's you prioritizing your mental health. It's you choosing yourself before everyone else, which is not wrong at all. So So lovelies, remember saying no is respecting yourself. It's okay to say no. You don't have to feel bad when you say no. Try it out this week and let me know in the comment section how it worked for you or how it went. Okay, lovelies, it was nice having you together with me, and I hope this section was helpful and entertaining. If you learned a lot, if it was helpful to you, please share, like, and subscribe. And see you in our next video when we'll be talking about peer pressure. I think that's another topic you would not want to miss. I love you guys and see you in the next episode of Let's Talk with Quinsley. Have an amazing and a great day.